Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight, we are here at Daytona for the opening season of the AMA Pro Cup Esports Series presented by OI Roofing. Make sure you check them out at oiroofing.com. Oh man, guys, my name is KR Stolfus, and I am very excited to be bringing you the first race of the season with this AMA Pro Cup Series. We are opening up right here at Daytona, and drivers are out on the track in the final few minutes of a practice. Let's see if we can't find someone actually turning a lap. That is the 24 machine of Sean Cool and the 88 of Dale Osmond out there warming up. Got a lot of races coming your way. This is the first race, and we will go all the way up through quite a few. I had my schedule. I can't find my schedule. So, you know what? We won't talk about the schedule. We'll just move on to other things like practice. Let's look at our practice times for the moment. Chris McCullough with the fastest lap time. Dave McCullough right behind him. Those two turning some very quick lap times here in the warm-up. Sean Cool, Dale Osmond in the 24 and 88 working together in the draft. This is the A car. They are going to be, well, they're going to be nose to tail a lot here tonight. The 27 machine of Darren Bruce driving around out there, currently in 9th on the speed chart. Rolly in the 78 machine. Got Sunoco on the hood, back bumper and on the side there. Looking very stout. Good little paint job there. Just trying to find some other drivers here. The 25 and the 94 out there rolling around together. The 94 is Troy Radford. The 25 is Ricky Harden. With a minute 30 left here in practice, do a little bit of talking about tonight's schedule of events. As they wrap up practice, they will move into qualifying. Qualifying is a 5-minute session. While qualifying is going on, we'll step away, we'll play the national anthem. Let those guys hammer out some qualifying laps, get the anthem in, and have a good old time as we go racing here following that. Also on lap 6, we'll be doing a commemoration, something like one of them fancy words that I gotta take my shoes off to say. But I have my shoes on, so I can't say it. We will be doing a special lap 6 in honor of what happened today, 75 years ago. All those involved in D-Day at Normandy. Other rules and thoughts and things to think about. There will be 3 attempts at a green, white, checkered, if necessary. iRacing just rolled out the green, white, checkered this week. Leagues all very anxious to put it into practice. And so this will be a first for me if we get to do a green, white, checkered. We'll see how that shakes up. Be interesting. All right, guys, qualifying rolling out on the track. Green flag is out for that. See if we can't catch a driver rolling out on the track here. No one has yet to go. And there we go, Ray Radford in the 47 and Darren Ray in the 44. See how these guys stack up in qualifying. Not necessarily gonna show how fast they are in the race though. While they are qualifying, guys, we're gonna step away. We're gonna play our national anthem. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have just 1 minute left of qualifying to go. Drivers getting in their lap times. Several drivers have taken a time, as in 10 drivers, all registering a time. The 80 machine of Tommy Gossett is out on track, trying to roll around and set himself a lap time here. Gossett gonna move into 5th place, and he is gonna shut that machine down. Very nice pink Ford Mustang. Oh, I did it again. One of these days, I'm not gonna make that mistake. Cade Green in the 19 machine. Cade hugging that yellow line, trying to make the track as short as possible. And across the start-finish line. His first lap, or his lap, is good enough for 3rd. He starts to slow that machine down. And that is going to wrap it up for qualifying here, ladies and gentlemen. Now it is time to go through our starting lineup while these drivers take to the grid. Have quite the field for you here tonight. Row number 1 is going to be the 78 machine of Raleigh. And on his outside, in second place, front row outside, is going to be the 3 machine of Doug Johnson. Row number 2 will be the 19 of Cade Green and the 21 of Stephen Carey. Row 3 will be Darren Bruce and the 27 and the 80 of Tommy Gossett. Row 4 will be the 18 of Devin Rogers and the 24 of Sean Cool. Row 5 will be Wendell Lowe and the 1 machine of Dustin Ping. Row 6 will be the 47 of Ray Radford and the 44 of Darren Way. Row 7 will be the 86 of Jerry West and the 99 of the boss himself. Row 8 will be the 48 of Smoke and the 55 of Steve Baker. Row 9 will be Miss Linda's favorite, KD Dale Osbin in the 88 machine, and on his outside, the 94 of Troy Radford. Row 10 will be the 52 of Tyler Hilton and the 25 of Ricky Harden. Row 11 will be Randy McCanney and the 42 of Christopher McCullough. Row 12 will be the 8 of Dave McCullough and the 03 of Kenneth McCullough. Those 3 McCulloughs all out of the White Trash Racing stable. We'll see how well those guys work here in the A car. And run and a broadcast we do on Monday night right here in Turn 3 with the OP Racing, so those guys no strangers to these super speedway tracks. Row 13 will be Tony Quadros and the 46 of Chris Mefford. Row 14 will be the 45 of Doug Wysocki and the 38 of Mike Mahoney. Row 15, Mike Massengill and Trey Bass. And that is going to do it for our starting lineup here tonight. The field rolling around behind that Ford Mustang pace car. We are getting ready to go green flag racing. Our pole award going to the 78 machine of Raleigh. Pole award brought to you by Hilton Crafts and Designs. Find them on Facebook. Hit them up for some very nice crafts made by Hilton. Here we go. Green flag is out. Drivers are getting up to speed. Got to get through the gearbox cleanly. Now we are up to speed here at Daytona. Down into turn number 1. Side by side we go. 29 cars taking the green flag. Mike Massengills is our live race admin. And already we're starting to see some separation. We've got a few drivers down below the yellow line here. That is the 99 and the 55. That is Boss himself and Steve Baker in the 55. Those guys dropped down below the yellow line. Looks like they wanted to maybe avoid a situation or heading straight to the back of the pack. We got one car slow up on the wall. That is the one of Dustin Ping. So thanks. Oh, and Ping heading for pit road. Tagged the car already. So some issues here early on. Rowley able to lead the first lap in that 78 machine. Cade Green in the 19 on his outside. These guys already formed up 2 lines side by side, starting to get nose to tail. We got one a little bit of a wiggle there. That was the 3 machine of Doug Johnson. Inside lane starting to have a little bit of an advantage here. Now the 78 washes up just a little bit. The 27 machine and Darren Bruce, for just a second, thought about going underneath him, then checks back in onto his back bumper. Things could have gone bad there pretty quickly. We go on board with the 27 machine. See that nice big parachute that NASCAR has installed on these spoilers. Bruce taking us for a nice ride here down this long Daytona backstretch into 3 and 4. Drivers trying to stay smooth, trying to be gentle on the throttle. Rolling in that 78, leading another lap. He has led all 3 laps so far. We're now working lap number 4. The outside lane starting to gain some momentum as the sun sets here at Daytona. Tonight's race is going to finish under the lights. Side by side they remain. We have 11 cars there, I think, maybe 10 if I can count. This 1, 6, 14, 80, subtract the 2, carry the 1. The battle here for the lead has been pretty much held by that inside lane, but the outside lane not really falling too far back. They're able to get a run down the straightaways, but the inside lane proves too strong through the corners. Window low in that 09 VFW Mission 22 machine. Right now he is sitting in 10th place. Got a good eye of what's going on with these lead cars here. John Cool just in front of him in that 24 Pink Ribbon Riders machine. Cool now diving down in the inside lane here. He's got another one. Looks like several drivers trying to break away to the inside lane, and we got trouble in the tri-oval. Cars stacking up, coming through the tri-oval. Caution flag is going to fly. Window low with a little bit of damage there. Several drivers getting a piece of that action. The 2 machine of Trey Bass also involved. Sorry, that was the 3. The 47 getting turned late there. Zero 03 slowing it way down to try and get through the incident. We go on aboard with Kenny McCullough. The drivers got out of shape through the tri-oval. A lot of them stacked up, slowing down. Your race leader is the 78 of Rowley. He's going to catch up to the pace car here. We might see drivers come down pit road for fuel. Our expected fuel runs here tonight are anywhere from 25 to 30 laps. They are running 100% fuel load. See if anyone hits pit lane this time. I don't expect anyone for tires. We might see a few drivers try and come down pit road. Ricky Harden, one of them, Troy Radford and Stephen Carey all heading down pit road here. Ray Radford in the 47 and Randy McCanney already on pit road trying to hammer out some damage. The first set of cars hitting their pit boxes cleanly for the first time here tonight. So caution flag waves. While we're under caution, guys, we're going to step away for a minute. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the field has been slowed down by an incident involving several drivers right here on the front stretch as they tried to work their way through the tri-oval. Our race leader currently is the 78, known as Raleigh, also known as Rodrigo Loga. Man, oh man, he is having a great race so far. He has led all of our completed laps as we are working lap 11. Rodrigo has led 10 completed laps. Lights have gone out on that Ford Mustang. Yeah, looking good so far. Drivers starting to form up. top 8 cars stayed out on track, have not made pit stops. Everyone else came down pit road, maybe hammered out some damage, fuel, tires, any number of different strategies here as we are doing 100 laps here tonight. Side by side, they will restart. Want to give a shout out to everyone watching on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you subscribe to Turn 3 Racing Network so you can see all the great racing action that we can send your way. Also, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. These drivers appreciate it. Lets them know that you enjoyed the show that they were here to put on for their fans. The 78, your race leader, pace car pulling off. 27 of Darren Bruce going to restart on his outside. On the loud pedal we go. Got to get through the gearbox cleanly. Cade Green in the 19 timed it good. Has got a good run going on the inside here. Darren Bruce in the 27 does not have anyone on his back bumper just yet. The 18 of Devin Rogers trying to get there. Off of turn number 2, headed straight for you. Don't blink or you'll miss them passing you by. Looks like we're trying to go 3 wide here. They thought better of it. Darren Bruce in the 27, the 18 of Devin Rogers still holding tough on that outside lane, but right now they don't have a whole lot of help. Just 2 cars versus 4. The 19 of Cade Green finding the way to the front, and Green gonna lead his first laps of the night. The 44 machine of Darren Ray, third car on the inside lane, as Sean Cool in the 24 is gonna jump up to the outside. The 18, Devin Rogers moving down to the inside, so a few drivers moving around. A lot of movement right here as they went into the corner. Drivers trying to settle in, log some laps here, got a long way to go. Already had 1 caution so far. I've had 1 lead change, as that is Cade Green made his way around the 78 of Rodrigo Loga. '78. Oh, gives a little shot to the back bumper. Oh, more trouble. The 44 and the 27. 3 cars, 4 cars getting involved. Everyone trying hard on the brakes. Can't get it slowed down. More cars piled in. The 78 heavily damaged. The 94 heavily damaged. The 21 running around of Stephen Carey. The 27 of Darren Bruce still turned the wrong way. Now he gets it sorted out. The 42 of Christopher McCullough involved in this one as well. We go on board with McCullough in the 42 machine. See, incident happening in front of him. He's trying to slow down. Can't get it slowed down quick enough. Take another look at this. Troy Radford peeking out from the 88. Dale Osmond. Dale able to squeeze through without any contact, it looks like. And it all starts up front here. contact with the 19, the 78, and then the 44 and the 27 stack the field up behind them. Cade Green in the 19 electing to stay out. Sean Cool in the 24 following suit, and 18 of Devin Rogers, Tony Quadros in the 12. 4 cars not on pit road. Trey Bass in the 2 machine will be 5th, and 6th will be Ricky Harden. Those guys all not hitting pit road. The 6 drivers staying out. We started 29 cars here tonight. And with these recent crashes, we might be down to 23 or 24. We do currently show to have 21 cars on the lead lap. Doug Johnson in the 3 machine. He is the first car 1 lap down for the moment. That 3 has got some damage to it. Was involved in the first incident of the night. We saw the 42 Chris McCullough getting a piece of this action of the most recent caution. He is back out on track. Harry West in the 86 SRTV network machine is still out there rolling. A lot of good paint schemes here in this series. The A car, a very paintable car. A lot of space on there for some very neat designs. Well, let's see if we can't get a word in with our race leader. That is the 19 of Cade Green. Cade, you got your ears on, bud?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Cade, you're out front for the moment under caution here. You've led 5 laps. It took you about 10 laps to make it to the lead here. What's it like trying to pass cars here in this new draft package, the new everything, the new build, everything that's going on new? Tell us.
It's actually really hard to get clear of somebody if you don't have the guy behind you up on your rear. He's got to be right up on you, pushing you hard. And if he's not there, then it's just, you can't get by the guy. They're gonna drive right by you.
So it sounds like teamwork is going to be a must here tonight. You got to have someone right on your back bumper.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, that 19 machine is out front right now. You got the 24 lined up on your outside for the restart. What kind of moves can you make during these restarts?
Just got to keep it tight, and everybody's pushing, and just try and get the inside line pushing harder than the outside line, kind of get clear. That way I can get up there and maintain the race and work both lanes.
All right, Cade, man. Lights have gone out. Good luck to you for the rest of the race. Before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous?
Got to shout out my family and my girlfriend for supporting me and everything, and with all this, and my teammates back at FSM, all the help that they put into this.
All right, man. Good luck to you. Cade Green, driver of the 19 machine, currently your race leader, going to be restarting on the inside here. So he talked about having some help. Got to have a lot of push on that back bumper. The 18 machine of Devin Rogers going to be restarting right behind the 19. Tony Quadros in the 12 going to be restarting behind the 24, Sean Cool. We'll see if that second row can impact these two front cars as they head on this opening lap. We'll pay close attention to it. In fact, we'll go ahead and go on board with Tony Quadros. Onboard camera brought to you by the Ohio and Indiana Roofing. Check them out at oiroofing.com. Green light is on, green flag is waving. Everyone gets onto the throttle and away we go. The 18 of Devin Rogers getting closer to that back bumper of the 19 a lot sooner than Tony Quadros here can get to the 24. They work their way through 1 and 2. You can start to see they're pulling away a little bit. John Cool losing some ground here. And now Cade Green going to slide up in front of Sean Cool. And he is going to stay to the high side. Now Sean Cool moving to the inside. He might have a good run here. And Sean Cool looking to lead his first laps of the race. Meanwhile, the 80 of Tommy Gossett slicing down in the inside. He's going to tuck in behind the 2 of Trey Bass. And Sean Cool doesn't have it at the line. It stays Cade Green as the leader. But that was just by a few inches. Now Cade Green going to drop down in front of Sean Cool. Tony Quadros in the 12 all by himself. He has no help. Long way back to the 38 of Mike Mahoney. Now Tommy Gossett in the 80. He's going to slide up to that second lane. He has got some ground to make up. Meanwhile, Cade Green, Sean Cool running nose to tail. Got a little bit of a gap back to the 18. During practice, I did hear drivers say that these cars overheated very quickly. You may not be able to push for a long time as the 25 machine stepping out of line. He is going to be way off pace here. That is Ricky Harden. Ricky down below the yellow line here. Not sure if he was moved or made the decision to move down there. However, he kept it below the racing surface. Did not wash up in front of everyone, so good on him. Cade Green in the 19. Holding off the 18 of Devin Rogers for the moment. Meanwhile, the outside lane starting to show a little muscle here. Sean Cool in the 24 is going to lead his first laps of the race. Had some help from the 80 of Tommy Gossett. Do want to do some housekeeping here. We do have 19 cars on the lead lap. So far, we have lost 5 cars being pushed behind the wall and calling it a night. The 78 machine, Rodrigo Loga, rolling off a pit road. He's got to get up to speed here. Meanwhile, back across the line, Cade Green in the 19, leading that lap. So 2 cars in the outer lane working together, holding off 3, 4, maybe 5 cars on the inside lane. But you can see the 80 of Tommy is very tight to the back bumper of the 24. How long can the 80 run like that before his engine gets too hot and he has to breathe it for air? Oh, 3 wide into turn 3. Not quite cleared was Tommy. Somehow they all make it work, and Sean Cool gets left high and dry. Tommy Gossett in the 80 looking to lead his first laps of the race. As we're coming to the first quarter mark of this race. A lot of moving going around for an early lap count like we're in. But these drivers all trying to get as much as they can. We will start seeing these guys start planning for pit road. As I said, a fuel run here could be anywhere from 25 to 30 laps, depending on how much drafting you're doing, lead car or not. We're coming up on green flag pit stops here. We did have a few cautions that we will have to factor in a little bit, but never too early to plan how you want to get to pit road. Sean Cool out front. The 18 of Devin Rogers. And the 80 of Tommy Gossett. 3 cars now in that outer lane. The 19 and the 12, a lot of separation between those two. Not able to get a lot of momentum as the 3 cars in the outer lane really starting to chug along down the Daytona backstretch here. Tommy Gossett slicing down in front of the 19 to 09. 3 wide contact made. Tommy Gossett in the 80 up on 2 wheels. The 18 of Devin going around. The 19 of Cade Green getting involved. The 09 of Wendell Lowe holding his line. Lap car getting caught in a bad place as the leaders were coming around. Cade Green in the 19 hard on the brakes. Not sure if the 19 got any damage in that. We'll go on aboard with the 19 machine. Cade hard on the brakes here, trying to avoid any contact as everyone is spinning in front of him. And Cade doing a great job getting that car slowed down, keeping it under control while he was sliding through the grass. I believe he is going to walk away from this incident without any damage. Meanwhile, Tommy Gossett in the 80 ended up on 2 wheels. He has got some damage on that machine. He'll be heading for pit road here. It looks like everyone will come down pit road who has not stopped yet. The 18 machine of Devin Rogers also torn up a little bit. This caution opportune for the drivers who have not hit pit road yet. Everyone will have a shot to get serviced and get back out there. The 24 is Sean Cool pulling away first. Gonna be the first one off of pit road. Cade Green in the 19 rolling off second. Several other drivers having to get their damage fixed, including the 80 of Tommy Gossett. Devin Rogers heavily damaged. We'll see who can get back out there. Now your race leader is currently being shown as the 21 of Stephen Carey. Carey leading the field. Sometimes timing and scoring takes just a moment to catch up. I'm not 100% sure if Carey is our race leader, but I believe he is. It looks like he's staying out. That will mean he is scored as the leader. 09 heading for pit road. The 27, the 45, all of those guys. One lap down. That was Wendell Lowe, Doug Johnson, and Darren Bruce. So Carey, your race leader. Dale Osmond in the 88, making a last-second pit stop here. Several drivers taking this opportunity to fill up without a penalty, because once you get the 2 to go, you cannot make a stop without tagging the end of the longest line. Let's see if we can't get a quick word in with our new race leader. That is the driver of the 21 machine, Stephen Carey. You got your ears on, bud? Steven, this is KR up in the broadcast booth. Can you hear me, bud? All right, the 21, deep in conversation with his team, I'm sure. We rudely interrupted it. Tommy Gossett in the 80 rolling out before he gets put a lap down. Lights have gone out on the Ford Mustang. And I forgot. I wanted to do a moment of silence on lap 6. And the racing was so exciting, I forgot all about it. I'm just a one man full of mistakes. So we will do one lap here. We'll do this opening lap. A moment of silence as we remember and honor all those who fought and died on D-Day in Normandy here tonight. 75 years ago. World-changing events. Stephen Carey in the 78, Rodrigo Loga can restart from the front. Pace car pulling off, guys. Please join me and take a moment of silence. Stephen Carey, your race leader in the 21 machine. Leading that inside lane, 78. Rodrigo, after being involved in an incident, got his damage hammered out, has recovered nicely. He is now the second car on the inside lane. Meanwhile, Sean Cool has Cade Green in the 19. Cade survived that most recent incident. He was hard on the brakes. Good bit of accident avoidance. Eyes forward, saw it coming. Was able to slow down, pull the car down. Kept it under control as he went through the grass. Very impressive move on his part. Kept him trouble-free. He has the 25 of Ricky All-Star Harden tucked in right behind him in that green Castrol machine. Meanwhile, someone we haven't talked about here, starting to make some noise at the front. That is the 52 of Tyler Hilton. Tyler started all the way back in 19th place. Now he is tagging the back end of this lead pack. The 46 machine of Chris Medford right there with him. Falcon Motorsports drivers right there. The other Falcon Motorsports driver, Troy Radford, involved in the second race of the night, or second incident of the night. He is packed up. He is headed home. We currently have 22 cars out on track, started 29 cars. We are working lap 33 of 100, about ready to put a stamp of finito on it. Sun is truly setting here at Daytona. We are moving into twilight. Something that iRacing did very well was this day-night transition. I think they have got some beautiful artwork done on that. Three cars in the outside lane, challenging the 4 cars on the inside here. John Cool out front by just a little bit over the 21 of Stephen Carey. Riding on board Sean Cool, looking out the back. Still side by side. They will be side by side almost all race long. It's just a matter of who is going to be the dominant car or the prevailing car on the last lap. Already a lot of attrition showing up here in this race before we've even hit the halfway point. The 21 machine making its way back out to the lead. Stephen carrying that iBuyPower machine. John Cool trying to get a run down the straightaway. But Carey is going to lead that lap. The 38 machine of Mike Mahoney quietly sitting as the third car on the inside lane. Mahoney started all the way back in 28. He's now moved into 5th place. Solid run going for him as we're getting about 13 laps away from the halfway point. Stephen Carey in the 21 machine. Last on pit road 22 laps ago. If this thing stays green, he's going to be one of the first ones to hit pit road of this lead group. John Cool in the 24. Out front, lap cars, the 27 of Darren Bruce. And the 18 of Devin Rogers pulled down out of the way as the field flashed past them. Tyler Hilton looks like he is struggling to keep pace with this lead group. Now he's starting to close in on him as the 12 of Tony Quadros right in front of him. See some damage on the 52 machine. '46 of Chris Mefford right behind him. Both those cars got a little bit of damage on the front end. Both running Toyotas. Probably wouldn't have happened if they were in a Chevy. Just saying. John Cool in the 24. He's running a Chevy. He's out front. I mean, facts don't lie. We're not going to count the fact that the 21 in a Mustang right now is like also out front, but whatever. The Mustang. No one likes Mustangs. That's silly. So the three cars in the outside lane have not changed positions. They have been trying to run very tightly to each other, but the 19 and the 24 have done a very great job of staying nose to tail. Cade Green only stepping out a little bit to let that car get some air when he needs to, but for the most part, he has been glued to the back bumpers. We're going to go 3 wide here, and it's not going to work. The 78 is again getting turned. Rodrigo getting involved in that 78 machine as they tried to go around the lap car. So far, we do not have a caution as the 78 is down below the racing surface. We stay green. Sean Cool is leading this thing, but everyone has gotten single file. Now the caution flag is going to fly. The 78 and the 38 make contact. That's Mike Mahoney. The 52 of Tyler Hilton with nowhere to go. The 47 of Ray Radford gets caught up in it. They're trying to work their way around a lap car. And Rodrigo, he made the move to make a pass on that lap car. Moved up, Mike Mahoney. Don't believe Mike saw what was going on. It's hard to see through these cars. Ray Radford got tagged there, but saves it as he slid through the grass. No further contact. So the field has caught up to the pace car. The lights are on here at Daytona. And the drivers are coming down pit road. Even carrying the 21, probably happier than most to see this caution. Sean Cool's got to hit his pit box cleanly here. Slides into a stop. Looks like everyone taking 4 tires here. Maybe not everyone. The 25 of Ricky Harden, 2-tire stop is going to get him out front. The 12 of Tony Quadros rolling out second. Sean Cool third. Chris Mefford in the 46 fourth, and Cade Green falling to 5th place here. They are all mixed up now. But your race leader is Ricky Harden in the 25. I shouldn't say mixed up, all shuffled. But the 25, Ricky Harden gonna catch up to the field, and to the pace car, while he does that, we're gonna step away for a minute, guys. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're just 6 laps away from the halfway point. Our race leader, Ricky Harden, already pulling down pit road. Maybe gonna go ahead and take another set of tires. He has given up the lead to do so, and that will put the 12 of Tony Quadros as your race leader. Tony gonna lead his first laps of tonight's race under caution. You gotta wonder what kind of strategy play that Ricky is making here as he hit pit road at the last possible second. We currently have 13 drivers on the lead lap. Nobody has scored 1 lap down. Devin Rogers in the 18 machine, he is currently sitting on pit road, but he is the first car scored 2 laps down. He is the only car in the 2 lap down category. Here we go, folks. Ford Mustang gets out of the way. Tony Quadros out front for the first time. Gets a good jump over Sean Cool in the 24. And we are back to green flag racing. Devin Rogers rolls off of pit road. Side by side they go into turn number 1. We got a 4-car breakaway for the race lead here. Cade Green, Sean Cool looked like they are going to hook back up once again. They worked well together before this most recent caution, and they are going to follow suit here right to the front. Tony Quadros with not as much help. He has no other option but to settle for third for the moment. 5 cars right there. The 46 of Chris Medford moving out. Tony Quadros going to step out with him. But they are not formed up as nice and pretty as the 24 and the 19. Here comes the 21 of Stephen Carey. Chris Medford in the 46 and a dive back down behind the 21. The 25 of Ricky Harden, he is now making a move on that outer lane. He is using the draft to gain some momentum. He's got to get to the back bumper of the 12 of Tony and give him a good little shove here before he gets into the corner. He doesn't want to hit him as they enter the corner. That's when the cars are really unstable. Chris Medford in the 46 trying to hold on here. He's got that damage on the front end. He is not pulling up as fast to cars as he would like. And he is able to hang in there with them. Meanwhile, Stephen Baker in the 55. He is now kind of leading this second group that is quickly closing in. He has the 99 machine of Dustin German right behind him, and Jerry West in the 86. Those three starting to work together here. We'll see what they have in store for us. But the 12 at Tony Quadros makes his way back to the front. Cade Green, Sean Cool trying to work together. Ricky Harden in the 25 machine. His strategy seems to be working well. He gave up the race lead to hit pit road. And here he is sliding to the outside lane. Gonna make a move to regain the lead. And he is gonna get it done with the help of Sean Cool. Sean Cool gonna slide down behind him as the 47 of Ray Radford gonna stay up high. And now Sean Cool wants the lead. Cade Green might help give it to him. We are now on lap 50 of 100. Two cars in the outside lane trying to be a third car with Chris Medford. Now Cade Green gonna slice down to the inside. He's gonna make a move on Sean Cool. He's gonna complete the pass as Sean Cool has no help yet, as Chris Medford in the 46 cannot close the gap up due to that front end damage. Cade Green back to the front once again. He is gonna lead his 11th lap of the race. Sean Cool had been out front for 14 laps so far this race. Cade Green right behind him in that category with 11 laps led. We're down to 18 cars running on track. We started 29, so in the first 50 laps, we have lost 11 drivers due to maybe server issues or damage. Combination of both, maybe. We are in week 13 here in iRacing. Things can be a little hectic when that is going down. Opening race for the AMA Pro Cup Esports Series, presented by Mission 22. Sponsored by the O&iRoofing.com, oiroofing.com. That is the Ohio and Indiana roofing, doing commercial and industrial since 1986. Now Tony Quadros in the 12 machine. He's making a move, trying to get to the front once again. Looks like he is going to pull it off. Can he hold on to the lead? Cade Green charging on the outside lane. Not enough to lead that lap as Tony is going to score his 5th lap lead of the race. Tony in that black 12 machine. A lot of rubber being put down. These cars started out white in that 21 and the 24 on their nose. And there has been so much rubber thrown up on these cars. But they are starting to turn black as those 3 cars right there really form a nice chain. Gives a good run of momentum to the 12 as he's going to send it off into turn number 3. Meanwhile, the 19 of Cade Green is going to settle into 5th place here. Chris Mefford in the 46. He's been struggling to keep up with these guys, but he has been holding on by the skin of his teeth. Not giving up just yet. Can't close the gap on him, but he's not losing them. Driving for all he is worth. We go on aboard with the 46. Three cars in the outside lane now working together against 2 cars on the inside. But the 2 cars are formed up very nice and tight. They are able to overcome one less car as the 19 of Cade Green not yet committed to one lane or the other. The battle up front has been topsy-turvy all race long. So let's take a little step back through the field here. Last car on the lead lap, that is the 48 machine of Josh Spalding. He is running in 13th place. Right now he is working with the 45 of Doug Wysocki. Doug Wysocki, unfortunately, 3 laps down. Currently scored in 15th. In 12th place is the 88 of Dale Osbin on the lead lap. Leaving a little bit of gap between him and Chris McCullough in the 42. White Trash Racing driver, that 42 machine, has a teammate in Kenny McCullough in the 03 right in front of him. Kenny McCullough right now sitting in 10th place. In front of Kenny McCullough is the 09 machine of Wendell Lowe. Wendell has scored 3 laps down. He is the first car scored any number of laps down. Unfortunately for him, it is 3. Meaning he needs 3 quick cautions to get back on the lead lap. Tyler Hilton out of the race. He is reporting it into YouTube. His car sitting on pit road, but they are done for the night. That's going to give us 18 cars out circling this 2.5 mile Daytona track. Our 9th place driver is the 86 of Jerry West. SRTV network on the side of that thing. You reach out to turn 3 for whatever reason we can't broadcast you, make sure you hit up SRTV network headed by Jerry West in the 86 machine. He's a fast driver and a smooth talker. You won't be disappointed. The 99 teammate of his, nicknamed the Boss, that is Dustin German. Dustin sitting in 8th place. These 3 drivers all working together here for several laps. That's the 55 of Steve Baker, the 99 of Dustin German, and the 86 of Jerry West. Now Jerry West making a move on Dustin German, going to go around him, going to slide in front of him to put Jerry West in the 8th. Boss himself falling down to 9th. Steve Baker in the 55 machine, he's currently running 7th, but Jerry West, he's going to make a move on him as well. So put Jerry West into 7th place, Steve Baker into 8th, and Jerry made those passes without any drafting help on his back bumper. So power move 2 cars by Jerry West. Now Jerry's closing in on Chris Medford. He's going to tuck in behind the 21 of Stephen Carey. Jerry West on a charge to the front of the field here. It's like he's found another gear. He's got 20 more horsepower than everyone else. He is wheeling that thing to the front, and he is now tucked in behind the 21 of Stephen Carey. Carey going to stay right in front of him. Both drivers drop down to the yellow line there. Carey currently scored in 6th place. He's going to make a move underneath the 19 of Cade Green. The 46 of Chris Medford also down underneath Cade. Medford in 5th for the moment. Cade Green scored 4th. Now Cade with a run on the outside of the 12 of Tony Quadros. And Cade going to carry some momentum that he has gained by the 21. And the 86 of Jerry West had his momentum broke up. He's falling back just a little bit. He's now going to try and work with the 46 of Chris Medford to close the gap here. But Cade Green into 3rd place. Tony Quadros now in 4th. 25 machine of Ricky All-Star Harden sitting in 2nd, tucked in very nice and tight behind the 24, your race leader, Sean Cool. And that was through the field of our lead lap cars as we sprinkled in some cars a few laps down. As I mentioned, Wendell Lowe in the 09 machine, first car scored any number of laps down. He is 3 laps down right now in 14th. Doug Wysocki in 15th place. He is in the 45 machine. He is working with 48 of Josh Spalding. Devin Rogers in the 18. He's rolling around all by himself. He has scored in 16th place. Still out there trucking. He's got that no-quit attitude, even though that back bumper has just kind of disappeared on him. Had to rip it off and get him back out there. That car is not fun to drive right now. He has no speed. He cannot work with anybody. Even in a draft, he's fallen off the pace. But he is not giving up. He's committed to running this race. So I commend you, Devin Rogers, for not giving up and running out this race. The 47 of Ray Radford just hit pit road. We'll see if he can get that machine rolling once again. And the 27 of Darren Bruce. Darren now 9 laps down as Ray Radford looks like he is going to push it behind the wall. So Darren Bruce might get a freebie here on Ray Radford if Ray can't get this machine rolling once again. And that is it. That is our drivers that are out there. Darren Bruce currently scored the last car running in 18th place. Sean Cool is your race leader. Five-car breakaway here. They're coming around to complete lap 64 of 100. Lead pack here starting to become one big glob. Hale Osmond trailing the tail end of this group. Chris McCullough in the 42 right in front of him. 03 at Kenny McCullough. White Trash Racing drivers right there, the 03 and the 42. They lost fellow teammate Dave McCullough earlier on in the race. But those two drivers still working together, possibly biding their time. Watch them race many a laps here at Super Speedway Series. They are no strangers to working that third lane right along the wall. Might be waiting for the right time to bust out that move. Meanwhile, the 21 Stephen Carey, he's got some help from the 19 at Cade Green as they're trying to work outside of the 24, the 25, and the 12. Devin Rogers in the 18, wisely pulling down below the racing surface. Getting out of the way down the back stretch here. We are down to 17 cars out there running around. A lot of attrition here in this race. It started early and racked up quickly. We have now been running for a green flag run here, and we will be seeing drivers start coming to pit road very soon. Sean Cool last on pit road 24 laps ago. Our pit window opens up at 25 laps. Factor in 2 laps under caution for the restart. You can quickly see how we are getting close to green flag pit stop should we stay green. '25 of Ricky Harden making a peek underneath Sean Cool, but it's not going to work. The 48 machine, nicknamed Smoke, that is Josh Spalding. He is in danger of going a lap down here. He has been having to work with a damaged Doug Wysocki. Here come the leaders. They're going to make a move on him. Good news for Josh Spalding. He will be the first car 1 lap down and the only car 1 lap down for the moment. He is going to need the help of a caution to get back on the lead lap as the field works its way past him. But now, nothing against Doug Wysocki, but that 45 machine heavily damaged. The 48 and try and tuck in with a car a little less damaged, pick up some speed, and start trying to battle back and get back on this lead lap. Sean Cool, the race leader. Ricky Harden right behind him. Ricky has been tucked into that back bumper. He's peeked out a few times, maybe to try and get some air to that machine, maybe to try and make Sean Cool think a little bit about the pressure that he should feel from that green 25. But so far, no moves have been made, and everyone right now running single file. We go on aboard with Sean Cool, looking out the back at that 25. Gonna give him a nice little bump down this Daytona backstretch. Sean running a very clean race here. Been able to avoid the trouble that we had early on, along with the 25 of Ricky Harden, keeping your car clean, free of damage. Very important, but not 100% necessary. As we see the 46 of Chris Mefford, he got caught up in an earlier incident. He has not fallen away from this lead group, but he cannot catch up to them. Has not really shown he can make a move. So even though he has damage, it's hampered him in the fact that he's kind of stuck where he's at. Here comes the 45 of Doug Wysocki. He's got some damage as well. But now that 45 has some cars in front of him, help taking the air off the nose of that thing, he's able to run a little bit faster. Instead of having a snowplow on the front end of it, now he's got someone else breaking the air for him. I expect to see Sean Cool hitting pit road here in the next few laps. I expect everyone to follow suit very quickly. Everyone's starting to get single file here, so maybe setting up for some pit stop action. No one trying to run side by side. Very hard to hit pit road when you're in that second lane. Lights are on here at Daytona. Nighttime is set. Sun making its last few rays of sunshine visible off in the distance. We're coming up on the final quarter of this race. One more stop if we stay green. We'll see everyone to the checkered. Don't forget, we will have 3 attempts at a green-white checkered if necessary. Don't know how that's gonna work. It will be my first time with it, so I'm as excited as you guys are. Maybe some of you have already seen it. I have not. So if I geek out on you a little bit, please bear with me. But the driver's running some very clean laps now. Everyone looks like they've settled in, wanting to log some laps. Don't worry, folks. This is just the calm before the storm. We already got some drivers working in that upper lane, being shot like a cannon. The 03 of Kenny McCullough, the 42 of Chris McCullough. Drivers hitting pit road, and these 2 cars are going to be out front, White Trash Racing, working together. They're going to lead their first laps as Sean Cool hits his pit lane. Many of the front runners on the pit road, I count 4, 5 cars, 6, hitting their pit stalls for the last time. But the McCulloughs with a great run, taking full advantage of this. They're going to have a great in lap if they come into pit road this time. Then they're going to have to capitalize on that and have a great out lap. They're going to have to work together. Chris McCullough now, they're doing a switch here. McCullough was tucked in tight. He's going to need to get some fresh air to cool down that 42 machine. They make the switch very smoothly, very well practiced. Now the 03 of Kenny McCullough is going to have to push him. They're trying to outrun a big pack, not only of the drivers that are behind them, but all the drivers who came off pit road. Here comes Sean Cool in the 24. Sean Cool must have missed his pit box. Had some issues. He had 10 seconds additional time on pit road, maybe a speeding penalty, but he has lost a lot of ground. He is now 1 lap down. The McCulloughs have caught up to this lead pack that hit pit road as the leaders. They are at full song. They are going to put another car lap down. That is the 21 of Stephen Carey. These 2 will have to make a pit stop, but man, have they put some distance on the field. Steve Baker now trying to work with Dustin German to follow suit, but they are a little bit behind here. They are closing in on them, and now this group is mixed in with some lead lap cars, but the McCulloughs with a heck of a run, and now they're going to dive down underneath the 25 of Ricky Harden. Ricky leading everyone that made a pit stop already. Oh, and the 12 of Tony Quadro is going to squeeze on by. That could be a pass for the lead here once pit stops settle in. Cade Green in the 19 already made his pit stop as well. Steve Baker has caught to the back bumper of Kenny McCullough. And here come the McCulloughs. Steve Baker also hitting pit road. Dustin German, the second group of drivers on the pit road. Into your pit box cleanly. Chris McCullough, a little conservative. That might cost him some time. Baker up on the right sides. Everyone getting right side tires. Who's going to take the gamble for 2? Looks like everyone taking 4. Kenny McCullough gets rolling first. Chris McCullough following suit. Can they beat everyone else out? It looks like they have. They are going to come rolling back out, but they have got to get up to speed before Chris Medford in the 46 can catch up to him. Chris Medford doesn't have any help with him right now. Sean Cool trying to get there. Sean Cool gonna make the pass on him. Kenny McCullough, Chris McCullough leading these guys. They are holding on to the lead. Here comes Sean Cool. Oh no, I'm sorry. Sean Cool is one lap down. That wasn't Sean Cool in the background. The 99 of Dustin German, the 86 of Jerry West, the 55 of Steve Baker, SRTV Network teammates right there, versus the White Trash Racing teammates on the inside of Kenny McCullough and Chris McCullough. So we have 5 cars battling for the lead. Now these green flag pit stops really shook the field up, and Chris McCullough has disappeared. That has left Kenny McCullough all by himself, and that will affect them as the 42s lost ground due to losing connection for a moment. That will put SRTV drivers right there, 1, 2, and 3. And Dustin German out front, leading Jay Weezy in the 86 and Steve Baker in the 55. But what a move the McCulloughs made. Heading into their pit in laps. They got on the throttle. Everyone else was taking it easy, was chilling out. They put the hammer down, made some fantastic moves, and now they are sitting in 4th and 5th. SRTV Network, no slouches as well. Another great strategy, but that has put them in the lead. And the 88 of Dale Osmond on the outside of everybody, all by himself. The sun drop. 88 machine trying to get to the lead. Currently doesn't have any help up there. Now the 03 of Kenny McCullough tucked in tight behind Dale Osmond. These 2 cars might have enough momentum to carry Dale on into the lead. Chris McCullough in the 42 struggling back there. 48 machine of Josh Spalding, the first car 1 lap down. He is the car in the sixth car in line right there, but he is currently in 12th place. Chris McCullough in the 42 sitting in 6th, trying to make a move on the 48. No momentum to carry that pass out, and Dale Osmond leading for the first time tonight. Dale quietly running his race, has kept his nose clean, had to get on the binders in an incident, our second incident of the night. Really got on the brakes hard on the racing surface. No one was there to plow into the back of him. Had a good heads up move. Was able to slow the car down. Keep any damage from getting on that thing, and that move has paid off for him, as he is now your race leader as we are inside 20 laps to go. But Kenny McCullough in the 03 He's going to dive down underneath him. Dustin German going to follow suit. Jerry West, Steve Baker. So Dale Osmond getting left high and dry here. He is going to fall all the way to 5th place, maybe even 6th before it's all said and done. Now Dustin German moves up to the high side. He is going to get left by his teammates. Jay Weezy's going to tuck in very tightly to the 0-3. Now Weezy's going to move up. And now Dustin German and Steve Baker have got to form a line with Jay Weezy. Get some momentum going in that outside lane. Teammates working together. Those 3 cars in the outside lane, all teammates. Kenny McCullough in that Coca-Cola 0-3 machine. His teammates, the 42 of Chris McCullough. They're separated by the 1 lap down car of Josh Spalding in the 48. But Spalding wanting a shot at getting back on the lead lap here. He might do it the hard way as he is now charging through to the front here. As the SRTV network boys all drop down inside. Here's Steve Baker now. He's going to make a move up. Breaks the momentum of the 48 machine and then drops down in front of Kenny McCullough. Remember when I said a few laps ago, don't worry guys, that was the calm before the storm? Business is picking up. Things are starting to get intense. Drivers know that they have about 15 laps to go. Could we see 15 laps of green flag racing? How will the possibility of a green-white checker factor in to everyone's fuel strategies, as Steve Baker was credited with leading his first lap of the race? Now Baker out front. Dustin German in the 99. Looking down to the inside, Jerry West in the 86. Doesn't have a lot of help, but he's got a lot of momentum. Here comes Kenny McCullough in the 0-3. McCullough's going to stay to the high side here. Jerry West cleared Steve Baker, dropped down in front of him. Battle up front, very hot and heavy. Meanwhile, Dale Osmond in the 88. Right now he is in 6th. Ricky Harden is in 7th place, but he is 6 seconds behind our race leader, Sean Cool in the 24. He is 1 lap down in front of Ricky Harden. Tony Quadros in the 12 machine, he is currently scored in 8th place, and Cade Green is in 9th, our early race leader. Cade falling victim to that pit stop strategy he was working. However, the SRTV network and the White Trash Racing boys played pit stop strategy perfectly to put themselves in the lead here. But do they have enough fuel if we see 3 green-white checkers? Do they have enough fuel if we see 1 green-white checkered? White Trash Racing drivers sitting 4th and 5th. Be watching for those 2 to get hooked up. Maybe make another fantastic run like they did before the last pit stops. Jerry West out front has led for 3 laps here tonight. Stephen Baker in the 55 machine. Right now he is sitting in 2nd. Dustin German in 3rd. Looks like these guys have settled it down a little bit. Maybe gonna log a few laps. Be watching for the cars in 4th and 5th. They're not ones to just settle. They're gonna want to try and make something happen here. When will they pull the trigger on that move? We've had 4 cautions tonight, 13 laps. We got 12 laps to go. Better make it 11 as they come around this time through the tri-oval. 28 lead changes. Quite a lot of action here tonight for the opening race of this AMA Pro Cup Esports Series. Tonight's race was presented by Mission 22 right here at Daytona. To Jay Weezy, leading fellow teammates Steve Baker and Dustin German. The 55 and the 99 sitting second and third. They might be teammates, but each one of these drivers wants to win. And when it comes down to a white flag lap, I don't expect there to be any team orders. It'll be every man for himself, but they know they got to work together to get to that white flag lap as we now have 10 laps to go. Kenny McCullough, Chris McCullough sitting fourth and fifth. When will they try and hook up and make their move? And what does Dale Osmond have in store for everyone? Dale, no slouch behind the wheel. Looks like he is just sitting there, lurking, waiting for an opportunity to make a move. Closing the gap on Chris McCullough in the 42. And move up to the high lane here. McCullough, another connection issue with the 42 machine. No idea where he is. He's moved up to the outside with Kenny McCullough, but when you're blinking like that, it affects your speed, and you can see Chris McCullough is going to lose a spot to Dale Osmond, and Kenny McCullough also, as they're going to try and hook up here. White Trash Racing needs to start getting this move going. Here comes Ricky Harden working with the 24 Sean Cool, who is one lap down. Ricky Harden now back into the mix of things. Drivers scrambling all over the place. The 21 of Stephen Carey going to go one lap down here as he had no drafting help. He had been out there all by himself. That has put this field into a big old knot. Steve Baker in the 55 going to move to the outside here. He abandons the 1-2-3 line that he had with his teammates. He's going to get in front of Sean Cool in the 24. Ooh, and Carey, big moment as he got a little too low there, able to save it. Good save on his part. Here come the McCulloughs in the outside lane. Make no mistake, the 03 and the 42 will use that third lane if they have to. Side by side we go once again. 7 laps to go here in the opening race of the season. Racing has spoken for itself here tonight. Great driving by many drivers. Now we go down to 6 laps left. Jay Weezy currently leading. We got a lap car in front of us. How's this going to play out? Hasn't worked too well too many times tonight. The 46 of Medford going to choose the high lane. He's going to drag the wall to make sure he stays out of the way. Now Sean Cool in the 24 thought about making a move on Steve Baker. Tucking back down. Jay Weezy with a good run here. Baker trying to keep Sean Cool behind him. Sean Cool doesn't want to stay behind him. Ricky Harden thought about making it 3 wide to squeeze underneath Sean Cool. Here comes Dale Osmond in the 88 machine. He's now the lead car in the outside lane. 5 laps to go. Dale Osmond putting himself in position to win. He's got to hold on for 5 laps. Jerry West has a teammate behind him and a teammate to his outside. How will they work together to make this happen? Can the SRTV Network boys pull it off for a win? Ooh, the 09 diving down to the inside lane, that yellow line that was window low. Wendell heavily damaged. He is out there running around in 14th place, 5 laps down. Now Dale Osmond losing some ground. Sean Cool in the 24 machine. He's in the mix here, but remember, he has scored 1 lap down. Right now, he is in 10th place. He is battling with the 46 of Chris Mefford. But Chris Mefford heavily damaged and well behind these guys. Dale Osmond out front now with 4 laps to go. Down the Daytona backstretch. Steve Baker in the 55. He's going to make a move on Dale Osmond. So Baker to the inside. SRTV drivers all running 1, 2, and 3 on that inside line. Here's the 19 of Cade Green. He's trying to put his name back into the hat for the race win. Jerry West hard into the wall. He's going to collect Dale. He's going to collect the 25 of Ricky Harden. 3 cars, 4 cars spinning. Heavily damaged. The 25 of Ricky Harden. Let's go to our replay here and see how this played out. Jerry West in the 86. Good run on the 55 of Steve Baker. 3 wide coming up off the corner. I am not sure what happened to Jerry West there, but he just got a full head of steam as he turned to the right there. Very, very strange for the 86 to do what he did. Take another peek at it here. Everyone able to slow down and get through this. But a lot of damaged cars, a lot of fast cars getting torn up. As we go back live. So Jerry West heavily damaged in the 86 machine. He's coming down pit road. So is the 88 of Dale Osmond. Sean Cool, who was trying to battle back to the lead lap, was caught up in that one as well. So was the 25 of Ricky Harden. Ricky been on pit road for a little bit. That car might be done for the night. A Steve Baker leading teammate Dustin German in the 99. We are working our 5th caution of the night. This has been a 100-lap race, and I believe we're going to see this thing go past the scheduled distance. Well, let's see if we can't get a word in with our race leader. That is the driver of the 55 machine, Steve Baker. Steve, you got your ears on, bud?
Yeah, I got you. Yup.
Hi, Steve. How you doing out there tonight?
Just trying to keep it in one piece.
Well, keeping it in one piece so far looks like that has been the key. A lot of cars have been damaged and have fallen to the wayside, but here you are, you're out front. We're going to see the 1 lap to go for the scheduled distance, but this is going to be the first time I've seen a green-white checkered. Have you experienced it before here in iRacing?
Yeah, never on iRacing, so this should be fun. It was pretty crazy on early in the race. I just sort of stayed towards the back, but I'm sure it's about to get crazy again here because I'm going to bunch everybody back up. I think we have 3 attempts, so I'm sure it'll get wild.
3 attempts at a green-white checkered, Steve. What's it going to take to hold off your teammate, Dustin German, in the 99 right behind you?
Well, I think we're going to have to work together for a little bit, and then I don't know, every man for himself, really. I'll just try and watch my review as much as possible, but I'm really just trying to finish this thing, not trying to wreck out before the end of it, so I'm not going to try and pull any stupid stuff, hopefully.
All right, well, one more thing before we let you go. Tell us about your strategy leading into the last pit stop. The three teammates, you, Dustin German, Jerry West, battling with White Trash Racing, Chris McCullough and Kenny McCullough. Beautifully executed pit stops, beautifully executed strategy. You 5 cars come out with the lead. Tell us a little bit about how that went down.
Yeah, we were actually going to pit the lap before, but then the first 6 or so cars pulled off, so we decided to stay out a little bit longer until we had like 1 lap or so left in the tank, and we came down. We actually took 4 tires, hoping that it would give us a lot of drive off the exit of pit and through the apron, and it definitely worked out, getting us back up to speed quick, and I think that helped sort of get us away a little bit.
Well, great strategy call on your guys' part. Good luck to you, man. Hopefully you'll be standing on the top step of the podium here tonight.
Yeah, I hope so.
Any shout outs, thank yous before I let you go?
Man, my teammates, just been great working with them all race. So I think we've done a good job sticking together. Hopefully we can close it out.
All right, that was Steve Baker giving us a quick word in. Lights have gone out on the pace car. And I am not sure how everything is going to work here. Oh, like I said, this is a first for me. I'm going to see how this plays out. iRacing in the middle of a build week. New additions to the game are coming out. Ooh, I'm in trouble. I said game. Ooh, I said it. Said it again. I'll do it again one more time. Called it a game. What now? Fight me. Turn 3. Let's go. Steve Baker choosing the inside here. Dustin German in the 99 on his outside. But with this new addition of green-white checkered, I don't know how my scoring's going to handle it. Everything has got to be updated, brought up to speed. That is all beyond my knowledge set, so I am having to use what I got. Let me tell you, my shoes are on, so it's not going to be a whole lot. You can only count to 3 even with my shoes on. 3 attempts at a green-white checker. This is attempt number 1. Steve Baker will have the 19 Arcade Green behind him as the lights have come back on the pace car. With that being said, I want to try and reset everything. While I'm doing that, guys, I'm going to step away for just a moment. No one go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are in our first attempt of a green-white checkered. My name is KR Stolvas. This is the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you very much for joining me. For everyone who stuck around from start to finish, man, thank you so much. It's been a blast bringing you this race. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have. I want to give a big shout out, first of all, to Mission 22 for putting on this race here tonight, and for the Ohio and Indiana Roofing Company. Check them out at oiroofing.com. Steve Baker, your race leader. Dustin German in the 99 machine on his outside. Teammates blocking out the front row. Here we go. First attempt at a green-white checkered. The 19 of Cade Green sucking up very closely to the back bumper of Steve Baker. On the throttle we go. A lot of wheel spin from the second row, but Steve Baker able to get the power down cleanly along with Cade Green. But Tony Quadros on the back bumper of the 99 of Dustin German. That is going to give them a good bit of momentum as they work their way through 1 and 2 here in the outside lane. Here come White Trash Racing drivers Chris McCullough and Kenny McCullough. Now Steve Baker and Cade Green have got to fend off. Oh, contact made! Dustin German, Tony Quadros and Steve Baker. Dustin German able to pull out in front. We stay green. We do have cars spinning and we are back under yellow, but that is going to give the lead to the 99 of Dustin German, and we are going to work another green-white checkered situation. We're going to go to attempt number 2. So some heavy damage on some of these cars. Let's back it up. Let's go to our instant replay here. Chris McCullough in the 42. Gonna make a move to the middle here. Tony Quadros bouncing off the outside wall. See the 19 and the 55 down below the yellow line. The 45, Doug Wysocki is spinning. Then the 19 comes back up as he was trying to get away from the grass. Cade Green with a full head of steam, slamming into the 25 of Ricky Harden. We go on aboard with Ricky Harden here. Ricky thinking, oh man, I made it through another one. And then wham, here come Cade Green. And Ricky's car heavily torn up. He is not able to continue, unfortunately. That car really shattered in that incident. Taking another crack at the green and white checkered here. This will be attempt number 2. Attempt number 2. Let's see if we can't get a word in with our race leader. The 99 of Dustin German. Dustin, you got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir. How you doing, KR?
I'm doing great, Dustin. That 99 machine out front for attempt number 2 here in this green-white checkered. You managed to survive this race so far. You saw your teammate Steve Baker get collected in that one a little bit. Here you are out front. We got another shot at it. What's it gonna take to pull off the win here?
Just stay ahead of the carnage, man. That's what it looks like. Just gonna, race hard, man. Took care of it the whole race here. Me and a couple of my teammates, like you said, and it's all we're broke now, man. Just bring back the steering wheel or the trophy.
Steering wheel or the trophy. Well, this new edition of green-white checkered, it's gonna give you a shot at it, maybe another one. With your teammate behind you for this restart, how it's shaking out. What's it gonna take to get your teammate to stay behind you? You're gonna have to pay him under the table and let's say a cold beverage.
Well, we've had a discussion and we all agreed upon once the white flag falls, there are no teammates, so every man for himself, man.
All right, Dustin, any last shout outs or thank yous?
Well, thank you, KR, man. Always up in the booth, man. You do a good broadcast. Can't wait to go back and watch it. Everybody at home watching this, you'll get your money's worth here. It's going to be pretty good.
All right, that is the driver of the 99 machine, Dustin German. He's going to be restarting with a teammate tucked in behind him. You heard it from him. We all agreed. White flag lap, every man for himself. So how well will they work together? So with the green, white checkered and my current settings, I have learned that if I restart it, it'll pop up with the correct lap numbers. Well, I say correct, it'll pop up with 3 to go, so we'll wait for the lights to go out on the pace car before we fire this thing back up one more time. Hopefully one more time. And as I said, we will have the possibility of 3 attempts at this green, white checkered thing. Kenny McCullough right now sitting in third or second place in the 03 machine. So we're going to be off 1 lap. All right, lesson learned. Adapt and overcome. Pay no attention to how many laps are left in the upper left-hand corner. Cade Green in the 19 on pit road. Looks like he is unable to continue. Field forming up. Tony Quadros in the 12, going to restart second row outside, right behind the 03 of Kenny McCullough. Dustin German in front of his teammates, Steve Baker in the 55 and the 86, Jay Weezy, Jerry West. So those three will have an advantage here of being able to work together for this restart. Ford Mustang lights are out. It's gonna head for pit road to get that fixed. And here we go. Dustin German on the throttle. Steve Baker not really too close to him, but he is closing up quickly. However, the 12 of Tony Quadros already on the back bumper of the 03 of Kenny McCullough. McCullough with a good head of steam as he heads off into turn number 1. Jay Weezy fending off the 46 of Chris Mefford. Here comes the 24 of Sean Cool back on the lead lap. He's going to try and make a move underneath the 46. Chris Mefford going to try and get rolling in that outer lane. Teammates running 1, 2, and 3. Kenny McCullough not dropping down in front of Dustin German. That could have been a mistake right there. Had a shot to do it, but he chose to stay in the upper lane. Now Dustin German pulling out in front. Oh, and Kenny McCullough's gonna turn. We stay green. Steve Baker's gonna come back up. Sean Cool spinning. Chris Mefford spinning. Now Kenny McCullough is spinning, and Dustin German is out front. But I believe since the white flag flew, we're gonna stay green. Believe they were crashing after, or I should say they didn't feel the caution was needed until after. Here comes Tony Quadros with a hard shot to the 55 of Steve Baker. Steve Baker full head of steam. He's going to go up, try and make a pass on Dustin German. Tony Quadros going to stick with him. Tony another shot to the 55. Here comes the 42 of Chris McCullough. It's going to be a drag race down to the start finish line. Here we go. Who's it going to be for the first race of the season? And it looks like Steve Baker by a nose. And they're going to get all sorts of out of shape at the tri-oval. Oh my goodness, what a finish, and it is going to end up being Steve Baker as your winner. Dustin German in the 99 going to come home second, and Tony Quadros in the 12 machine brings it home in third place. So what a wild one that was. 2 attempts needed for a green-white checkered. They got the white flag and they started crashing. But the white flag settled it. We stayed green. They raced around to the checkered flag. And Steve Baker gonna pick up the first win of the season in the first race of the season. So while he celebrates, no one go anywhere. We're gonna step away for just a minute and set up our post-race show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are here in post-race mode, victory lane, and it goes to Steve Baker in the 55 machine. Steve, congratulations on the race win. It took 2 attempts at a green-white checkered, but you found a way to edge out the first race of the season. Congratulations.
Thank you, KR.
That 55 machine a little tore up right now. Tell us a little bit about how the intensity level was out there tonight in this first race.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, I was just riding for the first majority of it, but man, there at the end, that was some of the craziest plate racing I've done on here for sure. Those green-white checkers definitely add a lot of excitement to the end of the race.
Little excitement added, little uncertainty, but here you are, able to bring it home, the race winner, man. Nice job. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's just there towards the end, man, it was just almost like a fight because everybody was bumping and door banging and hitting your bumpers, and I sort of just, I don't know, I think I got a little pushed on the apron there through the tri-oval, got through the grass, kept it straight, and then me and Dustin there in the 99 sort of had a big gap between the guys behind us, and then they had a huge run. I knew I had to stay in front of Tony, otherwise he would have flew by us, and then he sort of helped push me along to get past Dustin there, and then side by side, and then crazy finish. So it was wild.
Well, man, again, congratulations. Nice job on this race win. Shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, definitely shout out to Josh, Jerry, and Dustin there, man. Just working together all race long, whether it be drafting or pit strategy. I think it definitely worked out for us, as you see 2 of the top 3 here, and I think Jerry was around there too. And yeah, man, it was a fun race. So shouts out to them. Shout out to you for a great broadcast as always, and SRTV on the hood.
All right, that is your race winner, Steve Baker, in the 55 machine. Congratulations, nice job, way to go. Now it's time to move on to our second place finisher. That is none other than the 99 machine, piloted by the boss, Dustin German. Dustin, you bring it home second. You were leading there, had the green and white checkered lead, attempt number 2. Wow, that was a mouthful. Had the lead going down the backstretch. Then you see your teammate coming. You try to make a move going into turn number 3, but could not hold up his momentum. But you slowed it down enough to keep him at your door. Tell us a little bit about that last lap.
Yeah, man, it was wild, just like I pretty much predicted in my interview there. I knew those guys, were going to be actually going for it there. You got 2 to go, man. You got a second attempt in a green-white checker. That's something we hadn't had to deal with here in iRacing, and I knew it was going to ramp up the intensity, and I just needed that little bit of a push there on the inside. I didn't have it, but yeah, I'm glad my teammate was able to, get the win, but just so close, man.
It was a very close race at 99, looking like at one point you had pulled away from everyone. But then, as I said, that 55 had a great run down the backstretch. How much mirror watching were you doing? And how kind were you to him when you chased him up the wall? Did you think you'd take him all the way, or did you leave a little bit of room knowing he was your teammate?
Yeah, I probably raced him a little bit different, but yeah, like you were saying, when I had that big run, man, that's kind of was a downfall. I got too far ahead of everybody, and everybody got a run on me, so I'm actually surprised I was able to hang on to where I was actually at. So, but yeah, me and Steve, we race together a lot. We can race hard and race clean, and still bring it home and finish there where we did. I don't want to jeopardize nothing and wreck everybody, but it ain't about that. We raced clean all night, and there wasn't no need to put a fender to them there. There's gonna be plenty more chances down the road to get a win.
All right, well, that 99 machine finished in second place. Hard to do it all by yourself, so anybody you'd like to thank?
Man, just my team, SRTV, and all my teammates, Jerry, Steve, Josh, he was out there. He had some bad luck. But, yeah, man, it's all my teammates. Everybody, it's a new league. We just joined AMA. We started out with a bang here. It's a pretty good race as far as the ending was. But thank you, KR, and Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you for putting it on.
Well, you're welcome, Dustin, and congratulations on second place. Dustin German, driver of the 99 machine, bringing it home in second place here tonight. And that leaves us with our final step of the podium, none other than the 12 machine of Tony Quadros. Tony, tell us a little bit about your race.
Well, KR, I've been waiting a long time to have one of these, man. So, thank you. And yeah, the race was a lot of fun. I just really tried to cruise the entire time and stay in it. I had to avoid a couple of wrecks and drive the car, and I was trying to play some fuel strategy. And in the end there, I thought if it went green, white, checkered one more time, I probably would have ran out of fuel.
Well, cutting it close on fuel just means you're a little bit lighter, and it seemed to have worked well for you, as you do bring it home in third. You survive a lot of the mayhem out there for that first ever green, white, checkered, first ever race of the season here. And that 12 machine, we watched it down the backstretch. You gave the 55 of Steve Baker a huge shot, and it really helped you guys close the gap to Dustin German. Tell us a little bit about that last lap.
I had pedals in the floor the whole way. I wasn't lifting. I just squared his bumper up and hammered it to him, see if we can push each other out in front of him, and then I could try to make a move. And right at the finish line, I tried to go in between them, but there just wasn't enough push. But this Illumio number 12 machine really gave me a great ride. This is the first podium I've ever had at Daytona in a league race, so I'm ecstatic. This is a great start to my season because I'm in this for points.
Nice job, Tony. Any shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, definitely. First and foremost, my girlfriend. She puts up with this. I race every night, and she wants to be out doing other things. She's sleeping right now, so thank you, Megan. LFOD Motorsports sponsors the series for Rookie of the Year. They're great. Windham, New Hampshire. Check them out. Ohio and Indiana Oil for sponsoring the league. UKR, Turn 3. The guys running the league. Every sponsor. I mean, it's you can't put something on like this without a lot of effort, a lot of coordination, and I can't thank the team enough. So thank you guys.
Tony Quadros, driver of the 12 machine, bringing home third place here tonight. And what a finish it was for all our drivers involved. Big shout out, as we mentioned, to AMA Pro Cup Esports Series drivers. Heck of a show. We wouldn't be here without them. We wouldn't be here without you, the fans. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Now, there's nothing left but to go through our finishing order for tonight. Steve Baker in the 55 machine, pulling off the win. The 99 Dustin German bringing it home second. Third place going to Tony Quadros. We heard from all three of our podium finishing drivers. Chris McCullough going to end up fourth. Dale Osmond pulling off a top 5 finish. Sean Cool ending up sixth. He was one lap down before we went to the green-white checkers. He finds a way to get back on the lead lap and make it up to sixth place. Jerry West in the 86 machine ending up seventh. Eighth place going to Kenny McCullough. Ninth will be Chris Medford. 10th will be the 48 of Josh Spalding. Stephen Carey in the 21 will be 11th. 12th going to Doug Wysocki. 13th Wendell Lowe. 14th Cade Green. Tyler Hilton scored in 15th place. Or I'm sorry, Ricky Harden scored in 15th place. Tyler Hilton 16th. 17th going to Mike Massengill. 18th place is going to be none other than Ray Radford. 19th, Darren Way. And now my timing and scoring is all messed up. As you can see, it's scrolling through on your left-hand side. The 21st place going to Rodrigo Logan. Mike Mahoney, 22nd. 23rd place. See, even that's all messed up. So it's just going to have to scroll through. Trey Bass, 24th. Tommy Gossett, 23rd. Doug Johnson, 25th. I try and catch up what is showing there. So guys, green white checkered messing with some things here on the timing and scoring side of things. We'll have to work on that, get that all figured out. But thank you so much, fans, for joining us here tonight. A lot of incidences in the first half of the race, but then the drivers settled in, logged some great laps, and put on a heck of a show for you. And I'll tell you, I'm very proud and honored to be the broadcaster for this. It was a spectacular race. I look forward to next week. Same time, same place, same channel. Come join us. That is next Thursday. Plan to go live at 7:50 p.m. Central as we tackle another race with the AMA Pro Cup Series. What a race this was, guys. That's going to do it for me. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Have a good night.